All right, so get ready for this one because today we're taking a deep dive into, well, let's just say it's not your typical historical event.
Definitely not your average textbook stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a meeting, an encounter so epic, so symbolic, it kind of makes your head spin just thinking about it.
Makes you wonder if anyone was taking notes at the time.
Seriously. So picture this. Scorching desert. Silence so thick you could practically choke on it. And we find Jesus wandering after 40 days of, fasting, soul searching.
Yeah, really putting in the work.
He's looking for strength, answers, but let's be real, he's also at his most vulnerable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes the story, even if it's, fictional, so powerful.
Right.
It captures that universal human experience.
Right.
We all have those wilderness moments in our lives.
Oh, yeah. Those times when you're tested.
Faith is shaken, doubts creep in, you're forced to confront, the deepest points of yourself.
Exactly. And just when you think it can't get any more intense, Jesus comes across something totally impossible, totally out of place.
Talk about a curveball.
A river. Crystal clear water flowing through this parched, barren landscape.
Like it's defying the laws of physics.
Right. Talk about a visual metaphor. I mean, come on.
Oh, it's more than just a visual. It's symbolic. Divine intervention, a break in the expected order of things.
Like a glitch in the matrix.
Exactly. And it suggests that even in the most desolate circumstances,
When you're at your lowest.
there's still potential for renewal, for grace, for something unexpected to happen.
And if that wasn't enough, there's a young boy standing by this impossible river, Krishna.
Like it's just another Tuesday for him.
Right. And this isn't just any kid. He radiates this aura of ancient wisdom like he's seen it all.
He's got that old soul vibe going on.
Big time. And get this, he calmly tells Jesus that he and this river are outside the plan.
Whoa.
Mic drop moment right there.
Seriously, that one line just throws everything wide open. What plan? Whose plan?
Yeah.
Is there some cosmic script we're all following, or are there forces at work that operate beyond those constraints?
I mean, and if there are exceptions, what does that say about our understanding of free will versus destiny?
Heavy stuff.
No kidding. And before Jesus can even process all that, another figure appears, like he's drawn to this disruption in the cosmic order. Lucifer.
Oh, here we go.
The fallen angel himself, oozing charm and menace in equal measure.
Never a dull moment when he shows up.
It's like the universe is setting the stage for the ultimate showdown.
Yeah, you've got the Son of God, a divine child from another tradition, and the devil himself all converging by this river that shouldn't even exist.
Talk about a high-stakes meeting. You can practically feel the tension.
And what's fascinating is how each character, even in this fantastical scenario, reflects a part of ourselves, right?
It's true.
The internal conflict,
The push and pull.
the faith and the doubt,
The desire for knowledge, but also the comfort of just not knowing.
and the temptation, that temptation to just take the easy road, even if it leads to who knows where.
Oh, we all know that feeling. And hold on tight, because things are about to get even more intense. Because Krishna, in a move that would make anyone sweat, offers Jesus a drink from the river.
Oh.
A drink he says will reveal all the possible paths Jesus' life could take.
Talk about a tempting offer.
If that's not a power move, I don't know what is.
It's a real dilemma, a philosophical head-scratcher. Is it better to live in faith, trusting the path laid out for you, or to seek knowledge, even if it comes at a cost?
It's like being offered a peek behind the curtain of fate.
All right.
But would you actually want to see what's back there? Would you take that drink knowing that what you see could change everything?
That's the question, isn't it? It really cuts to the core of what it means to be human.
Right. I mean, having all those potential choices, all those what-ifs just laid out in front of you.
Exhilarating and terrifying at the same time, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
That allure of knowing, of shaping your own destiny, it's powerful, but it also comes with this heavy responsibility.
For sure. What if you make the wrong choice?
Exactly. What if that knowledge becomes a burden,
And Lucifer is loving this whole situation.
Oh, he's all over it.
Playing on those fears, twisting those possibilities into weapons of doubt.
Classic Lucifer.
Painting this picture of a life free from suffering for Jesus if he just, ditches his current path.
It's interesting, though, how his temptation isn't so much about evil as it is about appealing to this very basic human desire for comfort, for ease.
Right, like who wants to suffer?
Exactly. He's offering a shortcut, a way to bypass the trials and tribulations that we all go through.
But isn't that kind of like missing the point? I mean, don't those challenges, those obstacles, help us grow, make us who we are.
That's the crux of the debate, isn't it?
That's like, what is true freedom?
Is it about avoiding suffering, or is it about finding meaning and purpose in the midst of it all? Lucifer's pushing for the former.
While Jesus' whole journey points to the latter.
Exactly.
And let's not forget Krishna, just watching this all unfold.
Mm.
What's going through his mind? What does he see in those potential paths laid out before Jesus?
His silence is, I think, the most fascinating part of this whole encounter.
Really?
Yeah, he's not advocating for one choice over another. He's just presenting Jesus with all the options, letting him make his own informed decision.
Like he's saying, hey, here's the menu. You decide what you want to order.
Precisely. It's such a powerful statement about free will, isn't it?
Even within a seemingly predetermined plan.
There's still room for individual agency, for choice.
Okay, so does Jesus take the bait? Does he drink from this river of infinite possibilities?
He does. And let me tell you, the visions he experiences are intense. Like, whoa. He sees alternate versions of his life playing out. The quiet carpenter, the powerful king, even glimpses of his own crucifixion, the pain, the betrayal.
So talk about information overload.
Right. And what's striking is how those visions are presented. Lucifer, of course, focuses on the suffering, the agony, the unfairness of it all. He's trying to break Jesus, make him doubt his mission, make him choose the easier path.
But Krishna doesn't interfere, does he? He just lets it all play out.
Exactly. He's not trying to sway Jesus one way or another. He's just holding space for him to wrestle with all of it,
Okay, so we've got this intense vision quest going on, this cosmic battle between faith and doubt. But what about the river itself? Doesn't it react to all this drama happening right there on its banks?
Oh, it absolutely does. As the tension between Lucifer and Jesus rises, the water itself becomes turbulent, churning with this dark energy, like it's mirroring the conflict on a spiritual level.
Whoa, so it's like the river is a visual representation of that struggle between light and dark, good and evil.
Playing out on this cosmic scale. And it's a reminder that our choices, those internal struggles, they aren't just personal matters.
They have consequences.
They ripple outwards, they affect the world around us.
Okay, so what happens next? Does Jesus crack under pressure? Does he choose a different path?
Here's the thing, and this is what I love about this story. He doesn't. He sees all those possibilities, the good and the bad, and he still chooses to embrace his original path.
So he just ignores all those tempting alternatives, all those chances for a, easier life.
Not exactly. He acknowledges them, he wrestles with them, but he doesn't let them define him. He chooses faith over fear.
That's actually pretty powerful.
It's a statement, right?
As true strength isn't about avoiding the tough stuff. It's about facing it head on.
With your eyes wide open.
And a compassionate heart. And what happens? Does the universe explode?
Well, not quite. But the moment Jesus makes that choice, affirms his path, the river calms down, the turbulence subsides, the water goes back to this clear, peaceful state.
Like the river itself is acknowledging the power of his choice.
Right, like nature itself is responding.
To his conviction. So does that mean it's smooth sailing from here on out? Does Jesus just skip off into the sunset, mission accomplished?
Well, not exactly. This is just one chapter in a much larger story, but it's a turning point. He's gone through this incredible test, this confrontation with his own doubts and fears, and he's come out stronger, more resolute in his purpose.
So it's like he's leveled up his faith.
Exactly. It's not blind faith anymore, it's a conscious choice.
Made with full awareness of the potential costs.
And that's what makes this story so relevant, so timeless. It's not just about some divine being following a preordained script.
It's about a human being.
Even a human being who is also God.
Wrestling with the big questions, the ones we all face.
What's my purpose?
How do I deal with suffering?
What choices actually matter?
And it's at this point, just when you think it can't get any more profound, that the river, like it's fulfilled its role in this cosmic play, just vanishes.
Poof. Gone, like it was never there.
Talk about a powerful symbol.
Right. It's like saying those moments of profound choice, those encounters with the divine, they're fleeting.
They come into our lives,
disrupt everything,
challenge us to grow,
and then they disappear.
Leaving us changed, but the world seemingly untouched.
Seemingly untouched, yes, but not really. Because the impact of those choices,
it's ripples.
They keep spreading outward.
Long after the event itself is over.
Exactly. We might not always see the immediate effects of our decisions, but they have this way of echoing through time, shaping our lives and the lives of others in ways we can't even comprehend.
And then, before disappearing himself, Krishna leaves Jesus with these words to ponder. Even the smallest act of love ripples through eternity.
That's a line to put on a poster, isn't it?
Seriously, it's like he's saying that our actions, no matter how small, they matter.
They have a lasting impact.
A resonance that extends far beyond what we can see.
We're not just talking about the big, life-altering decisions.
It's every act of kindness.
Every moment of compassion.
Every time we choose love over fear, it all adds up.
We're all part of something much bigger than ourselves.
Wow. And our choices, big or small,
shape that reality.
I don't know about you, but I need a minute to process all that. So here we are, Jesus alone in the desert, the river's gone, Krishna's vanished, Lucifer's stormed off, probably scheming already.
It's powerful, isn't it? That sense of solitude after such an intense encounter, all those choices, it's like a moment of stillness, of processing.
But it's not like an MPTY solitude, right?
No, not at all. It's a solitude filled with understanding, deeper purpose.
Okay, so what now? Does Jesus just head back into the world and pick up where he left off?
He does, but it's not a simple back to business as usual thing. He's been changed by this,
Transformed by the experience.
His faith isn't just blind acceptance anymore.
It's been tested.
Forged in fire, you could say.
Not just a set of beliefs handed down to him.
It's a choice he's made, even with all those other options swirling around.
And that's what makes this so powerful.
Right. It's not about a divine being who's immune to doubt.
It's a man, even a man who is also God, going through the same struggles we all face.
The big questions.
Finding your purpose.
Dealing with suffering.
Figuring out what really matters.
And in choosing his path, even knowing what's coming, the pain he'll endure, it's not just about fulfilling some destiny.
As an example.
For everyone, not just his followers, a reminder that real courage isn't about avoiding hardship.
Or always taking the easy way out.
It's about choosing love, even when it hurts. Compassion over, just shutting down.
This whole encounter, this desert meeting, it's like one giant metaphor, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's about the choices we all make, the internal battles we fight, faith versus doubt, knowledge versus blissful ignorance.
The temptation to just take the easy road.
Every single time.
This deep dive, it wasn't just a story, it was like a philosophical exploration of choice, faith, purpose.
Even the nature of reality itself.
And after all these twists and turns, this journey through a fantastical landscape, it all comes back to us, doesn't it?
It does. Because we each have our own metaphorical deserts to cross, our own rivers of possibility to face, with our own internal Lucifers whispering doubts in our ear.
So the question is, what choices will WE make when we reach those crossroads?
Will we cling to what's familiar, even if it means sacrificing growth? Meaning...
Or will we step into the unknown? Embrace the challenges.
Trust that even those seemingly small acts of love
can have a ripple effect that lasts forever.
That's the challenge, isn't it? Not finding the easy answers.
But wrestling with those questions, finding our own path.
With courage, with compassion.
Wow. What a journey this deep dive has been. So much to think about.
It has. And maybe that's the point of stories like this. To challenge us, inspire us, remind us that we're all part of this grand story of creation. We all have a role to play.
So to our listeners, next time you find yourselves at the edge of your own metaphorical river, remember this encounter. Remember Jesus' choice.
Remember Krishna's wisdom.
Remember Lucifer's temptations.
And most importantly, remember that you have the power to choose, to create, to love.
The power is within each of us. Keep diving deep, stay curious,